My wife wanted to open our marriage. Now I have a new lover and she regrets everything. Never once did I think I would get to this point, but here we are. My wife and I have been together for 10 years but married for 8. We met in college and were each other's first and only. I honestly thought we had a unique and beautiful relationship because of that, but it appears that was just me. Some time ago, my wife began working at a new company. At first, she found it difficult to fit in because she's always been reserved. But after encouragement from me, she made friends with a group of girls, some of whom were single, divorced or dating, but not married. At first I was happy she made friends, but then she started going out for drinks and partying. I became concerned by her change in behavior and tried to talk to her about it, but at the same time didn't want to restrict her in any way. It started to affect our relationship in the bedroom. My wife wasn't one to initiate intimacy, but with her continued going out, she was either too tired or wasn't in the mood. At some point, her company got a new manager whom my wife and her friends had taken a liking to. She began mentioning him in passing, but it got to a point where she was pointing out how he handled certain problems that didn't seem to be work-related. I questioned her on her fascination with this man and she brushed off my concerns. She even started asking if I regretted not having more experience with women, to which I said no, because she is all I ever needed. For a moment, I saw a flash of sadness in her eyes, but she quickly changed the subject. She started mentioning open marriage as a way to spice things up. I was taken aback because my wife has never been this kind of person. To be honest, I had first refused and questioned if this had anything to do with the new manager, to which she denied, but said she felt like she missed out but at the same time didn't want to lose me, so this was a safer option. I wondered if she was playing with fire, then reluctantly and naively agreed. So for a year my wife goes on dates, has one-night stands, then, as if I didn't see it coming, somehow is in some kind of relationship with that manager. On the other hand, I had a few dates, but no one-night stands because it frequently felt wrong to me. My wife would ask if I was fine, but it really wouldn't change her behavior. At some point, I felt the love I had for her was gone and it was killing me inside. I ended up going on a date with an amazing woman who migrated over from South Korea. Of course, this led to more dates. Until we were intimate, I honestly never had intimacy like I had with this woman. I never knew a woman could be so giving and make one feel so desirable. At first my wife thought it was cute, but as the months went by, she began questioning my relationship with my lover. I promptly pointed out that this was her idea, and that she was in a relationship with the manager I was concerned about. She was silent. She looked like she wanted to say something but held her tongue. She began coming home early to surprise me with dinner and get the house extra clean. She also started coming to my workplace to drop off lunch and began to initiate intimacy in the bedroom. Honestly, if it wasn't for her opening up our marriage, all this would have had me jumping for joy. I barely gave in to her attempts at intimacy, and when I did, it was simply to get it over with. Something in me towards my wife had died, so it didn't hit the same. I asked what brought this change in her. The response I got was that she wants to show me that she loves me and is happy with me. I never intended to, but I burst out laughing. I asked what about her little group of friends, her manager lover or her one-night stands? She didn't respond that day and simply went to bed in tears. The next day, I got home to find her waiting for me. She told me she wants to close our marriage. She said, "This whole experience was a horrible mistake. I regret everything and want us to be focused on our relationship again." I told her to be honest with me and tell me what inspired all this in the first place. And wouldn't you know it, it was for a group of friends